What's going on, YouTube? How's everybody doing tonight? Tired after a long, hot day at work. So one link out. Wait till everybody shows up. See what everybody's doing tonight. Of course, now I'm starting to get all my little notifications here. We got one watching. Don't know who it is because I didn't put anything in the chat. But welcome, welcome. Hey, Stephanie, how you doing? Oh, and I'm already on my second cup of coffee after getting home from work. Uh-oh. We got this weirdo from up north in Wisconsin.
I'm either.
Hey, Arnie.
Yeah, I know I'm in black and white. It went to this camera for some reason.
Ah, there's Renegade. Stephanie, I am just tired. I think we were when I came home and everything. The car was telling me it was like 99 degrees out. I could definitely feel it. So, like I said, I'm just tired. Uh, Second cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's still inside the house. It actually came in today.
Hi, Stephanie. Hey, Renegade.
What I wound up getting Renegade was the I think no, not second pot. Well, it should be on the second pot. Second cup. Um, but it's the jig and everything for drilling the holes indoors for the hardware that I'm gonna be putting on this. What it is. It's to be able to drill the holes in the door. That way, it accepts this kind of hardware. Hey, Randy. No, it's
Yeah.
not Craig.
Hi, Randy.
I could have got the Craig jig, but this one here was actually. Let me go over here to my Amazon and bring up what I wound up buying. Yeah, Craig stuff is expensive. Uh, so let me show you. What is it? There it is. There's my share screen. That's what I wound up buying off of Amazon. And for like $24 and some change for that, it's like, sure, why not?
Yeah.
Compared to buying a Craig one. And yeah, I know Craig is, they've got it now. The one thing about with this one, it's all metal. Whereas a Craig jig, it's all out of plastic. Now, how sturdy a plastic, I don't know. But to me, I would take metal, piece of aluminum over plastic. And this one here, it actually has, I think it was three bearings that that 36 millimeter Forstner bit rides in compared to I don't think any on the Craig.
Yeah, metal's always better than that
Yeah,
plastic stuff.
I mean I could have gotten the Craig. Let me see what go over here, and I'm going Um, Now, okay, I did find the one from Craig, so let me go over here. Here's screen. All right, that's the one from Craig, and as you can tell, it's got their blue plastic and everything. Um, but it's the same thing, but it's about $10 more, and yeah, it says Craig on it. To me, uh, as you can tell, it sits on there, so you actually have to use a clamp and everything to hold it down onto the door and everything, which means more money you got to spend and everything.
Yeah.
Uh, which to me is like, Uh, plus, on top of that, once you, hey, cool gamer, um,
Cool
the whole thing
gamer.
about with the Craig one is once you get the hole drilled for uh, the hinge, you got to take that one piece out that holds the forester bit. Then you got to put in the drill bit to drill the two holes for the screws. Whereas the one I wound up getting, you don't have to work. Do not have to do that because it's already got clamps and everything, which comes with the wrenches. So let me go back over here. Let me show you what. Go back to this thing here, and I'll show you one thing I do like about with it. Okay, now the thing I like is that you've already got title clamps down here. Okay, so you can sit there and
Yeah.
put that on there wherever you want it, and you clamp it on. But you've got two wrenches that actually sit there and let you adjust the clamps themselves to the thickness of whatever you're going to use. Um, but then it also has, of course, it's got the stop collar and an extra bearing, but it also comes with the drill bit itself. And of course, the Allen wrench for the stop collar, because what that stop collar does, that allows you to adjust the height and everything of the uh, uh, the bit. They either let you go, you sit there and uh, have it go down just as much as you need to allow for the hinge itself to sink in. But the other thing is that right next to it, you don't have to worry about taking anything off. All you got to do is right next to it and everything. I don't know if it will show up or not. Okay, but right there, I don't know how good it's showing up, but it actually already has the holes, you know, where you can just put the drill bit in and drill the holes for the screws. You got one on each side. Of course, you can't see that side, but you can right there. But that's that's what I wound up ordering, and it came in today. Hey, Steven, didn't see you sneak in here.
Hi,
No, I
Steven.
did not. Damn. Congrats, Renegade, on getting over 12,000 subs. That's good. Now you're really going to be able to roll around on all them small bucks you get from YouTube being monetized. Just don't hurt yourself on the quarters, dimes, and nickels. The pennies I'd worry about. But yeah, like I said, that will allow me to. I've got the door, which I've got back over there, I've got to get it cut down more. Hey, Roadrunner, how you doing?
Hey, Roadrunner.
But I got to get cut down to size. And do some more trimming on it, and then I still got to find those two wrenches for my table saw to run the dado stack. They're over there. They fell down somewhere, got misplaced. I don't know. I know they're over there. Just got to figure out where. Um, Damn. Hey, Steven, let me send you the link. Renegade, do you want the link? Oh boy, looks like I got someone that uh, I got to respond back to an email.
And I have a tip for everyone.
Which tip?
But for those that have power stations, like this one here, make sure to use it often, like more than a few times a month. If you just let it sit, batteries will just go bad and then it'll be no good. And today I used it. I just plugged the fan, let it run until the battery went dead. I ran it all the way down and now I'm charging it back up. So when I do need it, it's ready.
All right. All right. I responded back to that email. All right, Steven, I sent you the link, and Renegade, I sent you one. Check your emails. And but uh, now I was watching a video from earlier today, uh, and anybody's out there in the motorcycle world, if they want up watching Kevin Baxter, okay, he's got a channel out there. It's Baxter's Garage, and he's always working on all kinds of bikes. Well, the video he was talking about today was talking about how Harley has decided to go woke. And one thing that he was showing on there was comparison between last year at Sturgis, which I think is finished up already, and this year. Like last year, showing the Budweiser tent. Nobody was in there because of everything that was going on with them. And then, oh,
Hello.
there's Steven.
Hi, Steven.
Um, but he was also showing, someone had actually shown video of the Harley Davidson tent at Sturgis this year from supposedly Harley going woke. Now, I haven't heard anything about it, but, you know, what Kevin was talking about today video was he don't care. To him, it really doesn't matter what the company wants to do. Um, he was talking about how there were times when he had to repair stuff, a bike, and he's actually going to go with, he's going with OEM equipment. And there was times where he actually had to pay, he wouldn't able to get a discount like he should have, being a motorcycle repair shop. So he was actually losing money, and there was several other shops doing that too. But to me, it's like, you know, I was talking with Crystal about that, and as far as like with what happened with uh, Budweiser, Anheuser Busch, what happened with Target and everything, as far as what happened with them when they decided to go woke. Okay, uh, as long as you're not wanting to cram that stuff down my throat and tell me I have to follow it, I really don't care what you want to do. Do I have to go in and buy your product? No, that's up to me. You're going to determine whether or not I come in. Of course, now being Harley Davidson, being a motorcycle company, yeah, you're trying to. To me, you're trying to shoot yourself in the foot because of that. Because to me, as being a biker and everything, they're not going to be wanting to go for something like that. A hardcore biker is not going to go for the rainbow crowd. Could be wrong on that. Could be right. But like I said, for me, um, I really don't care. As long, like I said, as long as you don't want to try and cram it down my throat, saying that I have to follow this, this, and this because of your idea. No, I don't have to. I can walk away. I've got other options out there as far as buying, a motorcycle. I can either keep the one that I've got, keep it running, which there are plenty of suppliers out there in the world that've got the parts. Do I have to buy, to me, do I have to buy OEM Harley? I'd like to. Do I have the pocketbook for it? No, I don't. That's why for me, like when I did stuff on my bike, none of that came from Harley Davidson. The air filter system I got came from K&N. They're an aftermarket manufacturer, but they build stuff for Harley Davidson. And same way with the exhaust pipes. The exhaust pipes I got, they got Harley Davidson. They're an aftermarket.
Yeah.
Harley doesn't make the kind of pipes I want. And I've been looking for about 3 or 4 years for a set of pipes to go on the bike the way I wanted, for them to be. I never could find them. Oh, and by the way, yeah, and here's the set and everything. I looked. Oh, that's exactly what I want. So yeah, I ordered them. I put them on. I'm happy with them. The oil cooler. Uh, it's a Jags oil cooler. It's a fan assisted oil cooler. That manufactured by Harley? No, it's an aftermarket. Does Harley make an oil cooler for the bike? No, not really. So how can I buy a fan assisted oil cooler for the bike if Harley didn't offer it? That's my whole theory behind it. Is the fact is that there's things that yeah would be nice from Harley, but you don't have to have OEM Harley parts all the time. Are the aftermarket parts going to be just as good? Yes and no. Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not.
Yeah, sometimes they could even be better.
Yep, because Answer this: when Harley Davidson makes something in house, how much are they, you know, making themselves compared to what they're outsourcing and get from a supplier that makes stuff like that? I guarantee you, Harley Davidson doesn't make headlights or taillights or the bulbs. They don't make the fuses.
No.
No, they probably don't make the wiring harness. They probably order that from an outside source.
Yeah, with maybe universal connectors and all that.
Right. Um, they, you know, now I will admit that, yeah, they do manufacture. They've got their own foundry for casting as far as the block, the crank, you know, pistons, jugs, the heads, you know, stuff like that. But do they also manufacture the bearings that go into those engines? Do they manufacture the valves?
Probably not.
Probably not. So they're outsourcing, going to an outside source as far as getting those parts.
Mm-hmm.
So why can't I go? I mean, what's the difference if I go to an outside source for getting those same parts? Am I
Yeah.
buying? Am I buying Harley Davidson? No, but I'm probably going to the same supplier Harley's going to.
So you're getting the same stuff.
Right. I'm basically getting the same thing. It's like the tires that go on the bike. Okay, you've got multiple. You know, it's like for a car. Okay, you go down to the local dealership, you buy a brand new car. 40, 50,000 miles, you got to get new tires and everything for it. Are you going to go back to the dealership and have them put on uh, tires that car came with, or are you going to go like something like Walmart, or are you going to go to local tire shop, discount tire, and buy the same brand at a lower cost?
You're
Yeah.
probably going that way,
Right,
unless it's a high end car
right,
with the like a supercar or something like that that you're.
right. But what I'm
Uh,
saying is, if you can go, if say like on my bike, okay, Harley Davidson runs a Dunlop tire, okay.
mm-hmm.
Do I have to go back to Harley and buy a Dunlop from them, or can I go to a local motorcycle shop that sells the same brand, size, and everything, that probably get it for about half the price? I mean, for what it would cost me to have that tire mounted, balanced, and everything, would probably be equal to going to Harley and getting it without being mounted and balanced. That's the whole thing behind that. Do I have to have that Harley Davidson uh, bar and everything, you know, bar and shield logo on it? No, I just need Renegade to pop his face on there. That way I know it's him.
Mm-hmm. There's a big parking lot sale at Harbor Freight coming up
No, it's already started. Today it started.
today for the Inside Track Club.
Yeah.
Like you,
Yep.
I'm not part of it because I don't shop there enough.
You need to.
No, I don't.
But, you know, now one thing I will say. Hey, Renegade, you're having problems on your end. There he is. There's Renegade.
Hey,
Hey,
Renegade.
hey,
Well,
Renegade.
yeah, the problem was my camera wasn't plugged in.
Well, what'd you want to do a smart thing like that for?
Seemed like a good thing to do.
Step one, make sure it's plugged in.
Yep,
Well, now I know why he didn't have it plugged in. He didn't have enough makeup on.
that's true.
He was wanting to be like Arch, not enough makeup.
I don't think there is enough makeup for him.
I don't think
Did I
Avon
say that out
and
loud?
yeah. Well, I'll play like this. I don't think Avon or Max Factor or what's another manufacturer of cosmetics, Maybelline. I don't think they have enough product in stock for him.
Probably not.
Yeah. All right. So you heard what I was talking about as far as Harley going woke. What's your input on that?
I don't know. I was in the living room on the laptop, and I've been trying to get this computer logged on.
All right. Now, you know who Kevin Baxter is?
Oh yeah,
He did a
Harley mechanic.
video.
He has his own shop.
Right. Now, um, he did a video earlier today. I wasn't watching it. And I said he was actually wanting to talk to someone on the phone to talk about, discuss about his video he did. I sent him a video, an email. He responded back, sure, when do you want to talk? What's your number and when do you want to talk? And I told him, hey, gave him my phone number. To tomorrow after 4 o'clock. And I even sent him a link in case he wants to come up on panel and we can discuss it. But
So
the
you're
fact
gonna be
is
on
that,
his. You're gonna be on his channel tomorrow at 4.
no, we're just going to be talking on the phone.
All right.
But it's just the fact that, he's saying that Harley Davidson has gone woke now.
Wonderful.
Well, to me, it's like I haven't heard exactly what the woke is as far as what they're doing.
Me either.
Right. So, but now he was showing, a video that someone took from last year at Sturgis from the Budweiser tent. Like nobody in there.
Well, you know
And
why,
then,
right?
yeah. Oh, I can understand why with everything that was going on with Budweiser from last
Yeah,
year.
Bud Light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
The echo.
I'm not hearing one.
Oh, okay.
But someone has shown a video from this year at Sturgis at the Harley tent and everything, and there was like one or two people in there other than the employees.
Wow.
And it's like, okay. But Kevin was going, he
They're
doesn't
gonna
care.
go and screw it up before I even have a chance to go to Sturgis. Darn it.
Yeah, I know. I want to go to Sturgis myself. I'd love to go there. But to me, it's like, there's her opportunity to slap him.
She's scratching my head.
She needs to slap it harder.
Scratchy, not slap.
Oh, am I due to slap?
Yeah, slappy time, slappy time.
There you go.
All right.
You feel better?
No, I feel the same.
Okay, smart ass.
Hey, I still don't know how smart it is because I never gave it an IQ test. But I do know when it's asleep because it does snore.
You're on a roll tonight, ain't you?
Thank goodness he was on a roll last night on Arnie's, I tell you.
When am I not
Usually
on
me that's on a roll.
Hey, I'd rather be on a biscuit with some gravy.
God damn it.
That's
All right,
wrong.
anyways, what I was talking about, Renegade.
No, is he gonna ask for? Is he gonna do enough to ask for a middle finger again?
No. But no,
it's Mater stream now, so you don't have to ask. You don't care.
No. But no, it's just the fact, what one thing that Kevin was talking about was, he really doesn't care if Harley goes woke or not. It's not going to bother him. To me, it's like, I really don't care if a company wants to go woke. Just as long as they don't want to try and shove it all down my throat, saying, here's what our belief is, and this is what you've got to believe in also.
Yeah.
No, I don't
That's
need to do
true.
that.
It's not going to make me not ride Harleys. That's for sure.
Right. I mean, I'm going to be
It
riding
might make
mine.
me stay out of the Harley dealership for a while, but that'd be about it.
Right.
I ain't been in one of them in a long time anyway.
Well, I mean, you don't have to go into a Harley dealership itself just to even buy a Harley.
I know that. You
You
do
buy
if you're
them
going to buy a new one.
That-
I'm just meaning going there just to walk around and look and
Oh, yeah.
buy parts maybe. And if I did that, I'd just go down to Daytona and go to J&P Cycles, which is right next to Harley.
Right. But see, that was something else I was talking about is, he was talking about buying, OEM Harley Davidson parts. Okay? So, I know you mentioned before, I've slept a lot since then. What was a bike that you had?
Electric Glide.
Okay. So, if something was broke on it, did you go to a Harley dealership to buy a replacement part? Why not?
Sometimes if I couldn't find it anywhere else, but most of the time I just got it at J&P.
Okay. And why would you go to J&P to buy it instead of going to Harley?
Because they're cheaper.
Cost.
Yeah, and I can have it shipped for free to my house instead of having to go over to the Harley shop and get it.
Yeah.
Right. But see, that's one thing I was talking about is how much does Harley Davidson actually manufacture? As far as if you go and get the bike, how much of it do they actually manufacture in-house?
That's a good question. I've spent a pretty good while in there one time looking at their parts hanging on the wall, and grab your part off the wall and flip it around and look at the back. It says made in Taiwan.
Right. Hey, Brent.
Just about
Yeah,
all
I
of them
know.
say made in Taiwan.
I could
Yeah, I
probably,
know. Yeah, Crystal's over at Ashley's right now.
I could probably answer that one. When my dad worked for a parts company and their main customer was Harley, most of the parts were like imported.
Yep.
About good 95% of them.
Right.
Yep.
Well, now one thing, I will admit, Harley Davidson, they make their own frames. They make the gas tank, all the sheet metal. Of course, they have their own foundry for doing the engines, transmissions, all that kind of stuff. But do they actually manufacture all the bearings that go in?
Nope.
Nope. Do they manufacture the headlights, the fuses, the wiring harness?
Nope.
No.
The
Right.
radio, any of the electronics. Nope.
Nope. They have to outsource all that to somebody
Well,
else.
I don't even think they make the forks. They used to have a foreign company make them.
Right.
Makuni or whoever it was. Ain't that? Or no, that's a carb, ain't it?
Now,
I don't remember who made their forks.
Right. I don't. There's several different ones out there, but I guarantee you they're not in America.
Nope.
But here's my question and everything about that is if say it like on my Y Glide, okay? Do I need to go to Harley Davidson to buy replacement parts, or can I just go to a different manufacturer and that has the same thing?
That's up to you. I mean, that's just like with a car. You don't have to go to the manufacturer to get replacement parts.
Right. Well, I mean, now if
You
you want,
expect when you go to the manufacturer to get, even with an automobile, you expect the parts to fit and last longer than aftermarket parts, but sometimes they don't.
right.
Yeah.
Sometimes aftermarket parts are better made.
Yep.
Because they've already been able to figure out where the problem is and go, hey, we need to tweak here, take a millimeter off here, and it'll fit better.
Yeah, that's like Dorman. Everybody hates Dorman parts, but for the 3.6 Chrysler engine, they have the oil filter housing and oil cooler made out of aluminum instead of the plastic one that the factory makes.
The
So
aluminum
once you
one's gonna
replace
be
it with the aluminum one, you don't have to worry about it cracking and leaking anymore.
right. And see, that's the thing is the fact
It's
is,
about 40, somewhere between 40 and 60,000. You should have a leak if you got the plastic one on there.
yeah, I wouldn't doubt that. But it's just like I was
And guess
talking
what?
about
My wife has. Yeah,
that
plastic.
same engine. Yeah,
Hopefully, it starts leaking before it gets out of warranty. The dealership can fix it instead of me.
right. Well, the thing about it is, okay, say it's under warranty, you get that problem. Then are they going to replace it with a plastic one, or are they going to go back with the aluminum one?
They'll replace it with the factory plastic ones. I don't think the dealership will put Dorman parts on it unless they're having problems getting parts made. They
Right.
might in that situation.
Right. But it's like, like on my bike, okay, they run the Dunlap tires, okay. Well, Dunlop, they're a big manufacturer. They make all kinds of tires for cars and for bikes.
Yeah.
Now I do know that when you go and buy a Harley, if you look on the tires, it actually has the bar and shield on there.
Yeah, mine actually said Harley Davidson on it, not just
Right.
with the bar and shield.
Right. There are ones that do say that. Now, my question is, say you go down the road and it's like, oh, I need a new front tire for the bike, but you want a Dunlop. The tire you get, is it going to say Harley Davidson on it at a motorcycle shop? No, but it's going to be from the same manufacturer.
Yep.
So what's the difference?
I put Metzler's on mine.
I heard those are good. Pirelli, I've heard, I've had Pirelli tires. They're good. The problem with them is they just don't last long because it's soft compound. They grip real good.
I've always ran the Harley tires, but I got tired of paying the Harley price.
Yeah.
Right, that's the same way with me. I don't like. I like Harley. I love that sound. I mean, there's nothing out there like the sound of the Harley V twin. You can't even get an Indian to sound that way. You're close, but not the same.
I had a Kawasaki Mean Streak,
I'll be right back.
not the Vulcan, the Mean Streak, the more sporty type looking bike. It sounded close. It had some straight pipes on it, and it sounded close. But you know what the guy at the dealership told me?
What's that?
Kawasaki programmed in a skip, a misfire, to make it sound like that.
Really?
What he said, I don't know if it was true or not, but that's what he said.
Hey, Dougster, how you doing? But like I said, for me,
I mean, all it did was sound like it. It didn't run like it.
but like I said, for me, it's like, am I actually gonna, is it really gonna bother me that Harley's going woke? No. Is it gonna keep me out of a dealership? Probably. Hey, Sarah. I'm surprised you're not over there with Ashley and everybody.
Hey, Sarah. Hey, Doug.
But, that's the one thing that, to me,
Train is coming.
with what Harley's wanting to do, you're going to be running off all the.
Honda don't have the chop that I'm talking about.
No. But I was going to say is, what Harley Davidson's wanting to do with being woke and everything, that's going to be wanting to run off a whole bunch of bikers, whether new or old. Because to me, someone dealing with the motorcycle crowd and wanting a Harley, they're not going.
They did that back when they came out with the live wire, though. They ran off a bunch of people.
Yep.
The old school Harley guys.
Hey, Bryce, how you doing?
Hey, Bryce, a lot of them went over to Indian, which is kind of weird to me because Indian's owned by Polaris.
Yeah.
Same company that used to own Victory.
Yeah.
Victory bikes sucked, wasn't selling good, hard to get parts for, so Polaris bought Indian and dropped Victory altogether and put all their eggs in Indian's basket.
Right.
And they're not doing too good either.
Yep.
Not as good as they wanted them to anyway.
Right. Bryce, did you get the car going? I saw you were having problems with the distributor chat and everything. Hopefully you got everything working fine. You need to learn how to work that handle for shifting gears, because I heard them gears grinding when you were trying to do it in the garage. I might need to. I'm glad it was an easy fix, but
The three on the tree?
That's that clutch. Yeah, new clutch, or you might need to get it adjusted. It's probably an adjustment down there on it for the throw-up bearing. Yeah, new clutch, or you might need to get it adjusted. Probably an adjustment.
I keep hearing feedback.
Yeah, that's what I keep hearing.
It's probably Steven's TV going.
Oh, yeah. Let me.
What vehicle are we talking about?
Morticia. The 52 Dodge.
Were those transmissions synchronized?
I don't know. I don't think it's synchronized, but I mean, it is, like you said, it's got a straight six and everything in it. Like you're saying, 3 on the tree.
Yeah, that's what I said earlier.
Yeah.
He was just agreeing with me, I guess.
Any reverb now?
No, I don't hear any.
No.
Okay, it might have been me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Dougster, I definitely can see that, and that's why you're probably not ever going to show up over here.
Harley's getting to park in the driveway. Everything else gets to park on the street.
Or down the street in the
Yeah,
local parking lot, and
That's
you got to
true.
walk half a mile.
Where it's clear out of sight.
yep.
Parking in the neighbor's driveway, let their property value go down.
I'm sure you could imagine how I felt that day I had to ride my wife's Honda 250 Rebel home.
Oh,
Oh,
what's up, Neverboard? How you doing?
I never bored.
Over a big old bridge, too, the Dames Point Bridge.
Oh,
I had a jacket on, a full face helmet, and glasses, and was riding like this where nobody could recognize me.
and I bet you had that throttle going wide open just so you keep up with traffic.
I thought I was going to blow it up going up that bridge.
But do you have a look of like, don't see me, don't see me, don't see me, don't see me,
No,
don't see me?
no, I can see him. He had that thing full throttle, and he's probably still pushing it just to get it up to speed to go up and over the bridge.
And he goes,
No, believe it or not, it did it, but
is that about right?
That was the one and only time I rode that bike. She had just bought it and didn't know how to ride yet.
Is that about right, Renegade?
Yep.
But like I said, to me,
it didn't take her long to go from that to a Sportster, and then from the Sportster to the Dyna Switchback.
uh-oh. Hang on a minute. I got someone calling.
What are they calling you?
Uh-oh.
Hang on a minute.
Sound like dinner's ready.
Hello, this is Mater speaking.
1500 cc. Mine was 1584. My wife's was 1690. Mine was a 96 cc, and hers was or cubic inch. Hers was a 103. 103 is 1690 cc.
Sorry about that. One of the ladies from church was calling, wanting to know where Crystal's at.
Ah, okay.
Oh, never board. You were missing it earlier. I was on.
You should have answered the phone. Jake's Pool Hall 8 Ball speaking.
No, with who was calling everything? No,
You still should have done it.
man, not with her. Let Crystal know that Piggy called her.
$95 horsepower, that's all. Six cylinder, six carbs. That's fun to tune.
2.
My bike would run that easy. I remember going down to Daytona one year with a passenger on the back going 120, or a little better than 120.
Hell, that trike and everything. When I had that, Crystal's a big girl and everything, and there was no problem me doing triple digits on that, and it was only 103.
Mine was only a 96.
I know. Well, I mean, my White Glide, it's a 96.
Yeah.
And I know the first time. Speaking of a makeup man, here he is.
Oh boy, been in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
How's it going, Arch?
We were talking bad about you earlier, talking about how all the makeup companies doesn't have enough stock to get you makeup. And hey, I do not have the P lady on here.
The who what?
The P lady.
The P lady.
Have you ever watched Arch's live streams on Saturday night?
Yeah.
Have you noticed that when he wants to take a break and everything, he has what they call the P lady?
Never noticed.
Yeah. I think it's just a.
I'm sure I will next time I watch it, though.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Now that you mentioned it. Hey, Barbecue, how you doing?
Oh, that's why. He's saying you don't stay long enough.
Well, I do have to get to bed.
Yeah. Well, it is Saturday night too.
That don't mean nothing. That's just another night to me.
But then what were we talking about? Someone made me lose my train of constipation.
Motorcycle engines?
Oh yeah. I know that on the White Glide, I've hit triple digits on that. Yeah, like I said, it's a 96. But like I said, as far as what
I worked on a Yamaha, a little 650 V twin. Had 2 carburetors on it. The dumbest thing I ever seen.
now, let me ask you this:
That little bitty engine does not need 2 carburetors.
Sure. Now, what do you think is better, carbureted or fuel injection?
Depends on what you're doing.
I'm talking about as far as just regular operation, day-to-day operational driving of the bike itself.
A bike?
A bike. Do you think carbureted is better, or do you think fuel injected
Yeah.
is better?
I would prefer carbs because you don't have a whole lot of electronics to go bad in it and keep it from running.
True. I mean,
But,
you've got advantages with fuel injection, but then you've also got disadvantages with it. And
yeah,
saying there's pros and cons with both.
that's true.
Yeah, like barbecue saying old school people will say carb is better, becomes its own issues. Right. I mean, that's the whole thing. Is you're going to have there's going to be more stuff dealing with carburetors because you're going to have to have a fuel shutoff valve. You have to have a manual choke and everything, unless there's some way you can have an automatic choke on there.
So what's wrong with a manual choke?
Crystal doesn't like it when I keep her quiet.
And what's wrong with reaching down and turning the gas on and off?
You're asking for her to come up to you and slap you upside the head.
No, because she's in the house and I got the door of the garage locked, where she can't get in here.
That's why he's talking all that crap.
All right,
He's acting all big and bad, but technically he's got the door locked where she can't even get in there.
If we hear a bang, 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 we know what it is.
Well, I mean, she's also over there on Ashley's live stream right now, along with a few other people.
That's
fine.
She'll tune in later, and then you'll get the receipt there later.
Or when I go inside the house.
Something.
As long as she doesn't find out, I'm good. As long as everybody keeps their mouth shut, I'm good.
It's here on YouTube.
I can always delete it.
I was about to say there's kind of video evidence of it.
Yeah.
There's always that button to go delete video. Yes. But like I said, there's advantages to having a carburetor. I mean, they're easy to rebuild. Parts are out there galore. Fuel injection, you got with that, you've got to have a computer. Sometimes it's a lot simpler and easier. I mean, you can change out a fuel injector. I've changed out fuel injectors on the trike. Okay, something simple and easy. Takes more time to do that on a carburetor.
To do what? Carburetors don't have fuel injection.
Right, I know, but I'm saying as far as say changing out a carburetor or pulling it off of there and taking it apart, cleaning it, putting it all back together.
That's easy.
Right.
And all you got to do is go up or down on the jet size, and you're good to go.
Right. But the thing about it is, on something like that, changing out a fuel injector is quicker and easier.
Yeah.
But like I said, you got to have the ECM, which is going to talk to it and say, hey, this is when when it's going to operate. And it's going to tell it how much fuel, when to give it, and everything, because ECM's talking to everything else on the bike, whereas the carburetor, it's just sitting there going, oh boy, there went the stream.
Hey yo, Jehu.
Jehu is in there. What's up, Jay?
How's it going, Jehu?
Hey, where's his counterpart? Where's Ed, the old tech guy, at?
I hadn't seen you in a while.
If Jehu's here, we got to have Ed, the old tech guy, in also.
Gosh, I haven't seen Jehu in a long time here.
He came over on my live stream a few times. I don't remember how long ago it was, though.
No, I don't need an engineer. I keep hearing Ed blowing his damn horn every time he goes by the house. That's why I keep saying, shut up, Ed. Shut up, Ed. To get enough of Ed going up and down the street all the time.
What do you say? What do you say? Is Jay going to come up on panel here?
I don't know if Jay wants to. I don't know if I've got a way of getting him the link or not. Ah,
That makes sense. Yep.
well, Jay, you got to tell Ed to quit cracking the whip after you. As long as you do your work, he won't be cracking the whip after you. That way it's scheduled to stay on track. Yeah.
Yeah. The last time I seen Jay was on actually on an old Ed Old Tech Guy stream. How long ago that was? I couldn't tell you, but
No problem, Jay.
well, what do you think I'm in? I'm in just a t-shirt
I
and
we probably don't need.
pajama pants.
Easy there now.
Yeah. Hey.
I
I know it's a PG kind of rating. We don't need to have it going X.
Hey, they're just pajama pants. He's 7. Actually, he's right about 7.5 now, but they're going. He's going into the 2nd grade.
Oh yeah.
I'm.
I got to second grade.
Barbecue. We're still trying to figure that out.
I got to be 8 years old.
Yeah, I know. Growing quickly.
Ouch.
Can y'all still hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah.
Is it?
Watch it,
Very
Rennie.
funny.
Watch it, Rennie. Go over there to
It keeps saying my camera's unplugged, but it ain't.
Huh.
Huh.
Very weird.
Strange.
I get that every now and then on mine when I start like a stream or something like that up. And all I do is I just go over and actually unplug it from the computer, plug it back in, hit the refresh, and goes, oh, okay, I found it. Oh, your camera's working now.
For now.
I was using a USB strip that's powered, plus
Right.
it plugs into it plugs into the wall and in the back of my computer. That way I can have more than one USB
Yeah.
port. And apparently it don't like that.
That's
I
a
unplugged it and
possibility.
plugged the camera back directly into my computer, and it's working now.
Yeah, some things don't like particular kind of USB ports like
Yeah.
the blue high speed ports.
Yeah, I tried to plug mine into one of those USB hubs and the computer didn't like it.
Yeah, this is my second one. My son gave me this one that's actually powered. You got to plug it into the wall. I don't know what I did
Yeah.
with the other one. I had another one, but I guess it only worked for charging because it didn't work anything. My external hard drive wouldn't work, my camera wouldn't work. Well, I'm doing
Yeah.
all right. I'm
It
getting there
wasn't.
anyway, Jehu. Appreciate you asking.
So basically, it wasn't a data compatible strip.
Yeah,
See, because that's the whole thing is, like I can get
yeah. Some cords is that way too. It'll only charge. It
Right.
won't transfer data.
right. It's like this one
Mhm.
right here. I can plug this in to say charge my phone off the computer, but it takes forever. Okay, but it will. It's not.
That is weird. It's doing it again.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
What happened if I hit refresh?
you try it. See what happens. Oh,
There- That's to be expected.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I was going to say is like this one right here. Now, can I use this to transfer data? Yeah, but it's going to take forever.
Yeah.
all right, take two. We'll see what happens from here.
But now, say I go out and get a USB to uh, C data cable, then yeah, it will do it a lot quicker. But it's not designed for charging, really. It's more designed for transferring the data.
All right, barbecue. You take care.
I want something to drink.
Um,
Yeah, Type C cable can do like a whole bunch of stuff at once. Can do network, video, replicate other ports, everything.
There's your answer, Renegade.
Could be.
Well, okay. See, like what Arch is talking about, you know, as far as being going fuel injection or carburetor. Because that's the whole thing about with fuel injection is it it literally sprays your fuel straight into the cylinder at a certain time. Whereas a carburetor is putting everything at the you know the
Yeah, but you
beginning.
can carry an extra coil with you and some spark plug, two spark plugs, and you could even carry a carburetor rebuild kit
True.
and do all that on the side of the road. You ain't if that computer goes out, you're done.
Yeah, that's true. If the ECM says screw you, I'm out of here. Yeah, the bike ain't going anywhere. But like I said, you've got pros and cons to both. A carburetor, yeah, you're going to sit there and get it adjusted properly for the bike to run. As far as get the air fuel mixture correct. Whereas with
That's easy if you're a mechanic and you know what you're
right,
doing.
right. But as far as with fuel injection, the computer's doing all that because it's getting the readings from the O2 sensors and everything else.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's already doing all that for you. You don't have to worry about, oh, do I need to richen it up or do I need to lean it? Unless you're running a like a tuner, either like with the Screaming Eagle or the what's the other ones out there?
oh, there's the Layla appearance.
Yeah, there's Layla trying to show herself on camera.
What,
Layla, you're looking
what
down.
about the Screaming Eagle tuner? What was you talking about?
I know there's the Screaming Eagle, and there's another one out there, Power Vision. Okay, so say you've got either one of those hooked up to your bike, you can tune. You can sit there going down the road if you want. You got the app and everything on your phone or whatever.
Yeah, but you can only do so much with that though.
Right, but you can still do the same thing with it compared to you're having to stop the bike. It's sitting there idling and getting out the screwdriver and manually doing it on a carburetor.
Yeah, but that should only take one or two times and you should have it done. That shouldn't
True.
be that far off.
True. But Arch, what I'm saying is there's advantages to both, and there's disadvantages to both. And one of the biggest disadvantage for
And the Screaming Eagle tuner, you got to have a computer to hook to it, not a phone.
no, believe it or not, get that the what was it the hey, there's Uncle Mark. How you doing?
Hi, Mark.
Hey, Uncle Mark.
Hello.
Well, okay, you got was it the fuel pack FP3 and the FP4?
I had the older one though. You had to actually put in the numbers on the fuel pack itself.
Right.
The other one, it pre-learns itself.
Right.
So
right. So that's the thing. I had the FP3 and had that on the trike because I was having I was trying to figure out why in the hell am I getting such bad fuel mileage.
That one didn't have an app, did it, on your phone?
Angela.
I actually had to download an app.
Yeah, but that's not the Harley one. That's not the Screaming Eagle.
Right. Okay. So it's the fuel pack. Right. I had the fuel pack.
Yeah.
Screaming Eagle, from what I understand, does have an app and everything you can go to on your phone.
If they do, they just came out with it.
Yeah.
Not
Hey,
that I know
Angela.
of. I've ran several Screaming Eagle tuners.
But that's the whole thing about with the tuner and everything. With being fuel injection, yeah, you can be going down the road. So you didn't, I know there's more than just you got Screaming Eagle, you got the fuel pack, you got the one I just mentioned, and I can't. It just
Wait,
Power Vision.
Power Vision,
That's Dino Jet though.
right? The Dino Jet Power Vision.
Yeah.
That's the Dino Jet.
Yeah, that's not
you've got
actually Harley either.
right? But I mean, you've got a
I
couple.
mean, it's for Harley, but it's not Harley.
Right. What I'm saying is, with some of those, you can actually, what Power Vision, you actually have a screen you can actually mount to the handlebar. And you sit there and look at everything. It's like, hey, I don't like the way this is set. Go in there and change something while you're going down the road.
Yep. That's not a very good idea to do though. If you're going to change parameters, you need to do it on the dyno.
Right.
Have it dynoed and let somebody that tunes bikes for a living do it.
Right.
And I mean, unless you got a dyno in your garage, and not many people do.
Last time I looked, the answer to that would be no.
Yeah, I don't either.
Here you go.
One, I don't have enough room for that, and second, I don't have enough money in the bank account for one.
I heard that.
Oh, that's not good, Lamar.
What is it?
I was saying we're on a fender skirt for a fifth wheel.
Hi, Susan.
Hey, Susan.
Hey, Susan.
But, like I said, for me, yeah, I know carburetor is one of the best things out there. By the way, what was the last year you get a carburetor?
Say that again.
What was the last year Harley came out with a carburetor?
05. Well, it depends on what bike.
On any of them.
I know on my Heritage Softail I had, it was a 05. It had a carburetor.
Okay, what about the dynos?
It's probably about the same. I know I had a 07 Electric Glide. It was fuel injected.
All right. So probably around the, right,
Somewhere around in there. Yeah.
so, right, somewhere around 05. But the middle, so somewhere around there is when Harley decided to go from carbureted to fuel injection. Okay.
Yep.
Jay, right now, all I can say is the Texans are looking damn good.
I don't have any idea about the Jaguars. I didn't watch.
Packers.
They've only played one game, right?
Yeah, they've only had one preseason game so far. Well, actually, the Texans have actually played two games so far. They had the
Jay Who, easy there now. Yeah, although I like Kawasaki too.
he likes Kawasaki.
Or
Especially
as,
when it comes to dirt bikes, I prefer Kawasaki KX.
or as Terrell would say, kind of sucky.
Yeah.
I'm
Hey,
sorry.
you might as well just go get you a Hoover because they really suck.
Hey, look, Arch was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, kind of sucky. Yeah. Hey, if you want a dirt bike, just go out there and go get you a mini bike is one of those Predator 212s.
No,
And you can work on the carburetor.
Yeah.
no. I need something better than lawnmower engine.
Well, hey, you
I
can go
need
out there.
something a whole lot faster. I want like a 500cc KX.
Well, you can always put. Hey, here's something. Get a mini bike and go out there and buy you one of those Predator 670 V twins. Put on there.
That still wouldn't be fast enough.
Why not? You can always modify it to go fast.
It still wouldn't be fast enough.
Robot Cantina has done it.
That
Yeah.
that company is supposed to be sending me a scooter anyway. Remember, or let me rephrase that: a mini bike.
Ah,
But I haven't heard anything back from them yet, so who knows? They probably won't.
hey, if they don't want to send it to you, they can always send it to me because, like I said, we got the Go Power Sports 180 coming up in November.
Oh, that's funny, Jehu.
7.
That's freaking hilarious.
My friend, my friends.
Oh, that's a okay. That's a 420cc one
Oh, the
at the,
single cylinder.
on the parking lot sale. Yeah, the
Oh,
single cylinder, the 13 horse.
yeah. Well, that 670, that's a V twin, and it's rated at 22 horse.
Or as Robot Cantina would call it, the big block.
Yeah, it's a really big block. Yeah.
Yeah, but they just don't turn up the RPMs like two strokes do.
No, that's true. They don't. And the thing about with two stroke is you can get a lot more power quicker out of a two stroke than you do a four stroke. The only problem with that is you get that chainsaw sound
Yeah,
and get all that blue smoke coming out the exhaust pipe.
that's true.
I appreciate you being here, barbecue. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up.
Bye,
Okay,
barbecue.
barbecue.
All right, take care, barbecue.
Oh, and that pork and everything didn't taste all that good.
Jehu, S&S is a good engine.
Yeah, no kidding.
They got good carburetors too.
Well, S&S, they're the performance. If you want a performance V twin, yeah, that's who you're going to go to.
Unless you want to pay more money for the Harley, the Screaming Eagle.
Yeah. Now, which stage? You're going to talking stage 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5?
I don't get into all them stages. I think that's dumb.
Well, the higher the stage, the more money you're spending. You get more
That's
power.
true. With Harley, that is, yeah.
Yeah.
27.
I mean, kind of like what was said in the movie Mad Max. Speed's the amount of money. How fast you want to go.
Oh,
That's the whole thing. Is like, do you want something performance-wise as far as going fast? Okay, you want that? Go get you a crotch rocket. Because I mean, you can go get you. Was it? You can get. Was it the who makes the Ninja motorcycle?
Kawasaki?
You can get one of those. What's the one that Honda? Honda's got one.
Honda?
Yeah, Honda.
I can't remember that name.
And then you got, of course, you got Honda. You got Suzuki. They're making the.
I think they have the Hayabusa is a Suzuki. The
Is
GSXR is Suzuki.
right. The Hayabusa, that's the one that's supposed to be the fastest production made crotch
It
rocket.
was until the newest Kawasaki came out.
And what's the newest Kawasaki?
I think it's a 1400 cc.
Damn. But to me, it's like, if you want to, for speed and everything, go get your crotch rocket. If you want to sit there and be able to enjoy the ride, enjoy the scenery, get your Harley.
My VP or friend of mine had a Harley Street Glide that was very fast. He outran several street bikes, crotch
I wouldn't
rockets.
doubt it.
They
Yeah, but
all thought his bike was slow. Oh, that's just a heavy old slow Harley. Okay. He smoked a bunch of them.
Yeah, but my question is, what did he do to the engine and everything?
You mean what did I do to it?
Hang on a minute.
He's been summoned to something or other. Oh, by the way, Jay, where's Ed?
Yeah, that's funny, Jehu. If you want to enjoy the scenery, get on an Amtrak. That's a good one. True, but it's still a good one.
I've never taken a public train or anything like that.
Me either.
I never have either. But I've seen people on YouTube, they'll take Amtrak, they'll get ones with a sleeper car.
Yep.
Has a bathroom, shower, and everything, and meals included.
Go across the country or something like that.
That was Mr. Kevin Baxter calling. He is going to try and come in up on his cell phone, up on panel. Wow. Done wheelies with an S&S. Well, an S&S motor, yeah, that's gonna have the power and everything to be able to do it on a Harley. I mean, I've seen people.
You can do wheelies with a stock Harley.
Yeah.
I've done wheelies on a little quad bike before. And purely accidental too. Do donuts in the snow and and then pull out of it, and it's like, oh, there I am doing a wheelie.
Yep. There's Mr. Kevin Baxter. How you doing?
I'm doing good, guys. What is going on?
How's it going, Kevin?
Not much. We're talking Harley, and like I said, I was talking about your video and everything as far as what you were talking about earlier about Harley being woke.
Well, I'm sorry, to bust in on your live stream. You'll have to bear with me. I wasn't expecting to do this right now. You're catching me on the cuff, and I'm trying to figure out how to prop my phone up so I don't look like I'm about to drop it.
Not a problem. Hey, I appreciate you coming in here.
Hey, no problem, man. So I guess I'll ask the question. What were you guys talking about since I'm here now?
Well, like I said, I was mentioning about what you had said earlier about, Harley going woke, and then the video from Sturgis about the Harley tent where basically nobody was in there, about maybe one or two people. As the fact is that you really don't care if a company goes woke or not. It doesn't matter to you.
Well, let's talk about several things, right?
Okay.
I've been going to Sturgis for well over, I don't know, almost a couple of decades now, right? And at any given time, is particularly during the day, toward the middle of the week. Any other year, you can drive past the Harley tent, and there'll only be one or two people there.
Right.
It's the same in the Indian tent. It's the same for every other vendor down the road. And people that haven't gone to Sturgis a lot have a vision that it's always tire to tire, everything else. Well, most of the time during the middle of the day in Sturgis, because with the exception of the very beginning and the very end, when people tend to come in just for the weekends, during the middle of the week and stuff, everybody's out running the canyon. They're in Deadwood, they're riding, they're going to Sundance, they're going to Lee, they're riding. I can ride literally through downtown Sturgis on LaSalle from one end to the other and not even stop at a red light all the way through sometimes. So some of that may not, I don't know when they were there, and I'm not saying it's accurate or inaccurate representation. I wasn't there. I can't speak for that. But what I can tell you is it's not uncommon for that tent, as well as everybody else's, to be empty at different times of the week.
Right.
So I guess a large part of that, me saying I don't care whether or not they went woke. I have to be honest. I'm trying to understand how some read that I don't care about the policy, or I don't care about the perversions that are happening that are being associated with the DEI stuff.
Right.
I don't want to take over your live stream here, but do you mind if I just share some things?
Go ahead. That's why I sent you the link. That
fine?
way we can talk about it.
So if one did some research, let me just speak in examples, and then I that's really the only political, I guess you could say, video I ever made. And I'll explain why I made it if you'll bear with me.
Okay.
The reality of the matter is anyone can go on Google, and I invite anyone to do it. Type in top companies with DEI programs. One of the first things that pops up is a recent article that Forbes magazine did rating the top 500 companies with DEI programs. Now, that was the top 500, not all of them. Would you like to know some of the companies that were on that list?
I'd say I know for a fact it's probably going to be Target, Tractor Supply, Disney is going to be there.
These are going to shock you. Are you ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
Mutual of Omaha Insurance, Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Progressive, one of the largest insurance motorcycle companies, is nearly at the top of the list. And you start working your way down at all the companies that are in there. Banks, I mean, major corporations that at some point or another, I promise all of us, have done business with them. But there was one particular one that stood out, Black & Decker. Now, here's an interesting thing about Black & Decker. They also own DeWalt, Proto, Craftsman, Mac Tools, and 12 or so other companies. And they have a program. So what are we going to do now? Are we all going to empty our toolboxes and no longer, use our Mac tools, our DeWalt drills and everything else? Of course, we're not going to do that, right?
No.
Yeah.
And here's why.
Right. Hang on a minute. Jay, DEI is, was it diversity? I'm trying to remember what DEI actually stands for.
Diversity, equality, and inclusion, I believe it is.
Something like that.
Yeah.
It's basically they're trying to get the rainbow people to come out and say, "Hey, we're here."
Okay, let's talk. And I want to clear this up on the video because I'm choosing to do this. And thank you for inviting me to your stream. I'm choosing to do this one time. I'm not doing this again. I'm not going to post a response video or anything else. So I guess you could say it's the exclusive right here, right now, right?
Right.
DEI programs have been around since the 1960s. It's DEI programs that allowed minorities, remember, the Civil Rights Movement, the Civil Rights Act, women getting the right to vote, all of those things happened, right?
Yeah.
Those programs have been in place since the 60s and adopted by many different companies. And bear with me, I'm going somewhere. That program allowed people that had previously had unequal opportunity to potentially have that opportunity. I believe that our problem now is we're changing definitions of words. And we're changing concepts, and we're allowing small groups to define large groups, and to a large degree tarnishing potentially good things. Now, someone having equal opportunity, as I said in the beginning of the video, equal opportunity, if you do a job, your skills, all this other stuff, how you choose, what you choose with those other things, I have no problem with any of that to a limit. The moment that you start impressing and requiring others to adopt your beliefs, that's where I stop. I also stop when you bring harm to another human or an animal. I stop there. So there are limits to everything. Do I think people should be accepted? Yes. But do not expect me to alter my version of reality to fit yours. I won't do that. So where I'm going with all of this stuff, if we're going to boycott every company with a DEI program, man, we better be canceling our credit cards, closing our bank accounts, canceling our mortgages. We better be, empty out our toolboxes, sell our cars, and all that other kind of stuff. That's part of the issue. There's several facets to this that I thought about before I put that video out there. Now, another one is Harley's just now getting ready to start production in Thailand, right?
Okay.
They've had a plant in Thailand since 2017. That's not new. People are just finding out about it.
Well, we're looking at the Street 500 and 750. Those were made overseas. And
India?
Right,
yeah.
But it was designed for over there, but yes, they have brought it over here. And I know it's supposed to be basically a smaller version engine of the other bikes that they actually stopped production on.
Yeah, and the reason they did that, it was for the European market. All right. Now, the reason they did that in a lot of other countries, licenses are based on displacement of the engine. Right. So if less than 500 cc or 500 and below was one license, and then you had the larger bikes, and that's why they made the two different engine sizes. They thought they'd sell a bunch of them. They didn't, so they closed the plant in India. And I think it was only open for like a year and a half. But if you talk about a plant in Thailand, they've had a production assembly plant in Thailand since 2017. And guess who else does? General Motors, Ford, BMW, on and on and on. That region of Thailand is known for having assembly plants. And they have actually skilled workers there. But that ain't the only foreign country that Harley has another assembly plant either.
Don't they have one in Australia?
I'm not aware of an assembly plant in Australia. The other one, let's see, it's in Thailand. The other one it's right on the tip of my tongue. It's on their website. They show their manufacturing locations, and there's one other, and I don't recall exactly where it is, but that's old news too. That one's been there and working since 1999. It's not a new thing. So, where I'm going with all of this, when I said I don't care, I also said I have my morals, and I'm not a philosophy channel, and I don't want to be a philosopher. Right. This ain't about that. This is about our love and passion for the hobby.
Right.
That's what this is about. And I saw so many extremist responses to this. Burn your jackets, throw away your T-shirts. I'm selling my motorcycle. I'm done. I'm moving out. I'm over. I'm done with all this. Well, guess what? That doesn't do anything, really. They already got your money.
Right. And that's one thing. Right. And that's one thing that I was talking about earlier is the fact that you had mentioned about buying, going to Harley, and you have to pay regular price for parts just to be able to put on bikes and get them fixed. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And one thing I was talking about is you tell me how much of say if I go down and buy a brand new Harley, how much of that bike is manufactured in-house? There's, the frames, yes, the engine, the blocks, transmissions, but they don't manufacture the headlights. They don't manufacture the tires. The bearings for all the engines, they don't manufacture. They outsource all that stuff. The wiring harness, all electronics, all that is outsourced to somebody else. So what's the difference between going and buying it from Harley compared to me going to the same manufacturer and buying it and saving money? There's nothing. I'm still using the same parts as far as what Harley would be using, but I'm not giving my money to Harley, and I'm saving money.
Well, there are. Let me streamline your statement a little bit. I'm not disagreeing with you in any way. I like clarity, so bear with me, okay? First off, there are very few companies that actually make things. Right? A lot of companies rely on many other companies to make things. I don't make all my own stuff. I rely on people. Yeah, I may design it and have other people make it for me. I don't grind my own cams.
Yeah.
But I have somebody make them. There's not that many cam manufacturers. There's not that many lifter manufacturers. You know, so yes, they have to source things from various different places. But that doesn't mean you're getting the same part.
Right.
So you can, they may, I understand there's a lot of information I can't and won't give, but I know where a lot of this stuff comes from. I know who makes these things, and I know the standards by which a lot of these things are made. And, a lot of times the aftermarket is not necessarily bound by meeting a very stringent, let's say, pricing profile. Okay. A large part of the pricing on Harley's bikes has to do with the economy, interest rates, and their target market being able to finance those motorcycles. So then what they have to do is build a bike that'll fit into that price range, so it makes it easier to get it financed. Right? So that affects where the parts come from sometimes. No, they don't make fuel injectors, neither do I. They the wiring harness, all these other things. Yeah, they have to source them from other places. But most of those companies that make those parts for the motor company have exclusive agreements with them. So it's exceptionally rare that you would go to an aftermarket company and buy a part that would be the exact same as a factory part. But there are certain parts that the factory has that does work very, very well. And I'll give you some of those things. Fork seals and slide and guide bushings for forks. There's several companies that make those things, but if you're just doing a front-end rebuild, the stock seals and the slide and glide bushings are fantastic. I'd love to be able to buy those. Things like, wiring harnesses. You mentioned that one. Body panels, gas tanks, fenders. Sometimes a factory component is actually a really good part, and they are often even more affordable than some of the aftermarket parts, like say brake calipers, for example. A stock Brembo front brake caliper is a pretty dang good brake caliper. Is it the best by any means? No, but it's a half to a third of the price of its sister in the aftermarket in a lot of cases. So, when you have folks like myself, it's been a long day. I've been working like crazy, and it's very hot. When you have folks that are just trying to keep a brand going, someone that may not be close to a dealership, maybe their bike is old enough that a dealership wouldn't work on it, but they want to stay with stock Harley, good authentic parts. It virtually made it impossible for an aftermarket shop to do that when they can't buy those parts anymore. So what happened is, you as a consumer with a bike that's more than 10 years old, that's relatively stock, that you just want to keep going, you were largely abandoned too, because you can't take the bike to the dealer because it's too old, yet your chosen shop can't buy the factory part and be able to make a little bit of money to feed his family either. So that means you have to go to the dealer and buy your part yourself. Well, most good aftermarket shops would tell you, look, man, if you carry your own parts in, I can't warranty it, because if it fails, it's not on me. So here you are as an owner, abandoned, and what do I do? Right.
Yeah.
So, so that was the reference of abandonment there. But when it comes down to me saying I don't care, I'll give you a little more perspective. Take a wild guess. The last year that I walked into a dealership and bought a brand new motorcycle. Anybody care to guess?
I'd probably say last century.
2006.
I was close.
It was 08 for me.
Yeah, almost 20 years ago. And, since then, I've always focused on the aftermarket because we're not bound by many limitations. We have the freedom to create, the freedom to develop new parts. We have the freedom to do all this stuff. And when you're in that environment, you care less about what corporate does.
Right.
You care less about it because you pave your path and you try to develop those parts that are better and available and all those things and serve the market and try to make a living at the same time. And so that's part of it. But I chose, when I say I don't care, it was merely me saying that I choose not to focus on that. Because I think to a large degree, we can't control how perverse a policy can get. With anything, there are extremists.
Right.
And certainly, I ain't woke by no means. You can't alter my reality, and I certainly have my morals, and I have limitations with everything.
Right. And that's the same way with me is the fact, like my response, like I was talking to my girlfriend earlier, is the fact I really don't care if a company wants to go woke or have these certain beliefs. Just do not try and cram it down my throat and make me try and convert over to what you want and everything. That's fine if that's what you want, but don't try and make me be the same way. I'm not going to do that. And it's like, like with what Harley, like everything happened with Anheuser-Busch. Look what happened to them. You had everybody that, they said, well, we're going to, we're not going to, we're going to boycott. Well, they really didn't boycott, but you had a lot of people decide not to buy that product. That hurt the company, and they realized we're losing money because now we've got our faithful customers that decided because of what we did, they don't agree with, and they're not going to buy our product.
Right.
Same way with Target. They had big backlash because of that.
Right. And the interesting thing is I saw a post on a fellow, you mentioned that. I saw a post a while back. I have less and less time to spend on social media. And I mean, I've been going all day, and this is just haphazard that we popped in to do this. But I saw a post with a guy that, I traded up and I'm drinking better beer now. I'll never drink a Bud Light again. And he's drinking a Stella. Well, guess who owns Stella? Budweiser.
I was just fixing to say they'd be surprised how many of them other brands Budweiser owns.
That's the thing. Black & Decker went, okay, Black & Decker, DEI. Okay, great. Throw away your DeWalt, your Craftsman, your Proto, your Mac tools. Throw them all away.
Renegade, you going to get rid of all your tools then?
Oh, heck no.
Yeah. So I guess my point with this, and I'd love to hear y'all's opinion, but I guess my point with this thing was, they already got your money. You already got the bike. You love the bike. You love the culture. You love the lifestyle. The best way to protest something like that is obviously protect those that can't protect themselves. That goes without saying.
Oh, yeah.
We're not. I felt like it was even just ridiculous to think that I would be in support of some of the things that are happening now. It's insanity. I'm not even close to that. But the best way for us to protest is to not go away. You have to be present to protest.
Now,
take the badge off your bike if you want to. Just do your business somewhere else. And
right. Well, my question to you is, now I know, I'm hearing all this, just, as far as today about Harley going woke. Exactly what is it that they're going woke over, and what are they saying? I haven't heard any of that. Have you?
So there's a few videos out there about it, and I'll follow it with this. I don't have a whole lot of time to know all the details, and I'm not going to pretend to know them, and I don't want to speak inaccurately. But in general, it's basically the adoption of inclusion policies, and as I understand, it's got something to do with certain funds being donated to organizations, and it's this intertangled web that I'm not going to pretend to know a bunch about, because I don't. Like I said, I don't really care what they do. As far as that goes, But there are government grants. There are all kind of things that come along with companies adopting DEI policies. And so it's chasing money too. They get grants for it, and there's a lot of things. And as I understand, there's even some labor policies that are requiring it to some degree. This goes far deeper than we could imagine. And I think if we take on this responsibility of handling this more of a grassroots level, but you have to be present to be able to have a voice. If you're absent, you're not present. So you have two ways to fight this. You can be present and speak with your wallet, choose to spend money somewhere else. By not being present, you're not developing the industry and you're giving up potentially your hobby or whatever else, as extreme as some people are going. I'm not speaking for everyone. But to a large degree, I think being present is a big part of it. And, if you don't agree with their corporate policy, which I don't buy their clothes, don't buy their new motorcycles, don't buy those things. I haven't bought a new one since 2006.
Right. And for me, now, for me, I've got a bike, my Harley. I've got an 11 Dyna White Glide. Okay.
Yeah.
I love the bike. I mean, it's got the old school chopper style look and everything. That's one thing I like. The only drawback to it is, okay, yes, it is a Dyna. The only thing I don't like, as far as what Harley did not do, was they did not have support as far as aftermarket style parts for the Wide Glide. You can buy, all these aftermarket parts like saddlebags, anything like that for the other Dynas, but the Wide Glide was the one they didn't do anything for it.
Mm-hmm.
So the only way to get, say if I want stuff for it, I have to go aftermarket.
Yeah.
And of course, then they go and get rid of the Dyna.
Yeah, but when you go back far enough, you had the rocker. They came out with a custom factory rocker, and nobody wanted to make pipes for it because it only was built for a short period of time. The rear seat, pipes, handlebars, all the stuff that they did on that bike. And let's not forget V-rods. Let's not forget Buells.
Right.
That's the thing. There's this ongoing evolution. We come up with something new, and then it goes away. Yeah. Come up with something new, and then it goes away. And it's the aftermarket that's making that stuff happen. Yes, the aftermarket that makes it happen. We come up with a solution. That's why it doesn't really matter as much what they do. And at some point, if enough people stop buying Harley stuff and stop buying the bikes, well, then people start losing their jobs. And then the company has to shrink, and then they have to save money, and more production has to go overseas. And they have to do things like on late model bikes, they don't give you toe shift or heel shifters anymore. They only give you one remote. Maybe the bikes don't come with bag liners anymore. Little things like that. So it's this,
right. Right. And the whole thing about it, it's going to be hurting, what they're doing now is going to be hurting their own pocketbooks in the long run. They're hurting themselves by wanting to do this.
Yeah. And then I have to remember this. We have to remember this. We have to think about it. That's a very big company. There's a lot of money that goes in and out of that place, right?
Right.
Anytime I've ever seen one make a decision that just seems way far outside of logic, anytime I ever see that, I have to assume that there is a reason that they did it that I just don't understand.
Right. All right, Arnie, what's your question?
I kind of have a good example of this. When my dad worked for a company right here that did Harley stuff, they wanted that company to find a plant in Mexico. And so they got a plant in Mexico. They moved everything over there. And then when the parts were shipped, they had to send them half of them back to be redone.
Mm-hmm.
Because the inexperience of the employees, the not understanding how it's supposed to be done, and plus you have a different manufacturer. Here's a good example, like what Arnie's talking about. Talking about Craftsman. Okay, I live here in Texas, not far from Dallas. Okay, Craftsman, they spent, I forget how many millions of dollars on building a brand new plant to start manufacturing Craftsman, hand tools. They got it. They got it somewhat up and going. They had some of the equipment come in, and Craftsman was going, well, we can't figure out how to get this thing to work. So they decided to just shut the whole plant down. Going, you had how many years, how many decades of manufacturing tools, and now you're wanting to try something new. Why did you just go old school? And all right, we know this works and everything, so why not go that route? Well, they were trying to do computerized. Well, you should have gone and learned the old way and incorporated it with the new way, and it could have made it work. But
I heard the problem with that was it was right into 2022 is when they actually shut that factory down or that plant down, and
right.
It was because of COVID. They couldn't find enough people to work.
Yeah,
they had over 400 people working there. It wasn't because of COVID. It's because
That's what I heard. I don't know if it was true or not.
Right. That could have been one reason, but one thing I heard was they couldn't figure out how to get the machines to operate properly to do what
they was operating. They was producing sockets. They wasn't producing wrenches and stuff yet, but they was doing sockets.
Right, but they did not. The whole thing is they did not have the whole plant full operational. They had other areas where they were going to be bringing in more machines to start like doing the wrenches and probably screwdrivers and everything else. But because they were running into problems, they couldn't figure out it was a broaching machine for putting, the broach and everything inside the socket. They couldn't figure out how to get it done. So they said, we give up.
Well, the whole we can't find anybody to work because of COVID could have been a government thing that,
yeah, who knows?
Some kind of write-off to be able to go out of business.
Right. But it's a fact, with what Harley's doing, to me, it's like you've got, they're basically going to be turning away, not only the old school bikers, like Kevin, yourself, myself, Renegade, and you're going to be turning away all the new people that are going to be wanting to come in and start, hey, I like the sound of that Harley because nothing sounds like a Harley V twin. And S&S, they've
already turned away a whole bunch of old school bikers.
Right. And like I said, with what they're wanting to do, they're going to be hurting themselves. It's like for me, I just got through, I've done some videos on some of the upgrades I've done on my bike. Okay. Harley does not offer a high flow air filter system with a 96 cubic inch, motor. Not that I'm aware of, that I've ever seen. So I had to go to K&N.
But see, here's the thing, though, guys. If people are expecting the motor company to kind of be something they're not.
Right.
They have to. They're bound by certain things that the aftermarket necessarily isn't always bound by. They have EPA regulations. They have this. They have limited supply. They have people that are buying aftermarket parts. The market gets thinner. There's a lot of things. I'm not a corporate guy. But just say, they're going to lose their old school biker type. They lost the old school biker type a long time ago.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. But for me, it's like, I do like some things about the new stuff, but then there's also stuff about it. I like the older models. Okay. Good example. I
got to do, and I'm sorry to do this to you. I really apologize, but it's almost 8 o'clock. I've been going for 14 hours today. This old boy's tired.
Yeah, and it's 8 o'clock, almost 8 o'clock my time, and I got to be in bed because I got to be up at 4:30 in the morning to be there by 6.
It's almost 9 o'clock here.
Well, guys, I'm sorry to consume the entire conversation, but I guess you kind of opened the door, so I just walked in and started talking, I guess.
Hey, Kevin, hey, I appreciate you coming in.
Nice seeing you and talking with you again.
Right, I've watched a lot of your videos, and I like what you do and everything. Hopefully that new shop and everything is turning out good for you. Because I was following you when you made the move and everything, and all the complaining you did about how the driving back and forth, how far it was.
6 hours each way. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's like, I know that's got to be wear and tear on him for doing all that. But
Yeah, the 100 plus hour work weeks didn't help either, but that's another conversation.
Uh-huh.
hey, Kevin, hey
Yeah.
man, I appreciate you coming up. I know it was kind of short notice, but hey, like this every Monday and Wednesday at 6 o'clock Central Time. I
Okay.
go live anytime you want. Hey, reach out to me. I don't mind having you up.
Well, I appreciate it, guys. And hey, thanks. I appreciate y'all and hang in there, man. Fight the good fight, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Take it
I,
easy,
like
Kevin.
I said,
All right, guys. Y'all take care of yourselves. Have a
all
good
right,
one.
yeah.
Thanks.
Have a good
Bye-bye.
night.
Good
Bye,
night, Kevin.
Now that was interesting. That I like. I mean, to hear, like I said, I don't remember exactly how many subs, he's got on his channel, but there's another big time channel that's coming to me. That's something that impresses me, that he's still down to earth.
Yeah.
Thing. Because, like I said, there's channels out there I've reached out to, and it's like they've got, so many thousands, of subs. Say they've got 500,000. Oh well,
Kevin
you're
has 70, like
75.5.
right,
75.5, 75,000 something subscribers.
right. But the fact is that to him, he doesn't mind talking about it. And I appreciate that. Yes, I know I'm a small channel and everything. Um, hey, I've got someone up on panel that I've known for a while. He's got 12,000 subs. He doesn't have
Yeah.
problems putting up on the channel, up on panel and everything.
And heck, and as you said in the past, Jeff from Donatools.
Yep,
Uh,
right. But I can tell you a few channels that I've actually reached out to. Hey, I'd love to have you up on panel. It's like they're going, I appreciate the offer and everything, but I've, got so much going on, I just don't have time for it. Okay, so it means that your head's gotten so big and everything, you ain't got time to be going out there and messing with the little people, which got you to the point that you're at now.
That's usually what that means when they say stuff like that.
Right, and that's exactly the way I take it. But
I
like
can,
Steven was saying, look at Jeff. He's got over 250,000 subscribers. He's been up on panel. I've talked to him on in person, or on the phone and via email.
mhm.
I appreciate what he's done. He's helped out the channel. But like I said, as far as I appreciate having Kevin up and everything. But that's the whole thing about with they say the woke. As far as what's going on, I really don't care. To me, it's like if you want to be woke, that's fine. If you want to sleep, that's fine. But just don't try and cram it down my throat and everything, and try and get me to conform to what your policy and everything is. It's like if the company I work for, they wanted to go that way and try and get me to be that, to go be woke and everything, I'd be going, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to do that. It's not the way I was raised. Um, yeah, like Art saying, you go woke, you go broke. That's exactly what's going to happen.
Yep.
And I would just let them know, um, I can't go that way. I'm not going to go that route. I've got my standards, my morals to go by. And, yeah, no, I see Bill's in here. Appreciate you coming in, Bill. Um, but it's just the fact is, like, I don't need it. I'll be glad to go somewhere else. If you want me to, follow that kind of policy, bye. That's all I can say on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I agree,
I
Art.
agree with Arch.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I agree too. And it's like Crystal and I were talking about it earlier before it came out, everything. She was going, yeah, with it, you know, and everything being the it from Bud Light. It's just, that's about the only thing I can say is it's an it. It's not a he, him, her, it's an it.
It's a shim.
It's a whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, to me, it's like with, if you're going to be woke and you want to have pronouns, and it's like, well, you got to address me this way. Sorry, I'm not going to do that. I do not go by that route. It's like, I'm going to call you by your name, and if I see you as being female, it's like, okay, yeah, her or him. I'm not going to go by, all the pronouns that you want to be called by.
Besides, if you don't know the person, how are you supposed to know their pronouns anyway?
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's, Arch, I agree. I mean, I've known people that are gay. I don't care. I have no problem with them. Matter of fact, I used to, years ago, I did security work and actually worked at a place that was owned by a couple of guys, and this was over in the gay part of Dallas. I didn't have a problem with them as long as they weren't trying to hit on me. Appreciate that,
Mm-hmm.
Kevin. Like I said, to me, it's like don't try to hit on me. It's like I don't have a problem with your lifestyle. You know, am I going to be wanting to be that way? No, but that's what you want to do. That's fine. You do what you want to do. I'm going to do what I want to do. Hey, Kevin, no problem. Hey, I appreciate being up, and like I said, anytime you want to come back up, hey, just let me know. I'll send you the link. And hey, let all your subscribers know about that you were up here. That way
Yeah, that was awesome. I've
yeah,
been watching his channel for a long time.
right. That's what I'm saying. I watched him when he did the move and everything. Um, I don't remember the guy's name, but I remember watching the video. He did a teardown on it was a V twin, and um, finding all the problems and everything with it. Um, it's like the guy was the owner had put different additives in there because there was problems with the way the engine was running. And
Arnie, did it get you?
Yeah. You okay there, Arnie?
It it
What?
it it's physically hot to the touch.
Oh. I was telling we all see.
Yeah, I was trying to push the prongs back in, and it's hot.
Archie's talking about he don't know much about Harley's. Mater pays you to be here. That's funny. He pays you in
well,
makeup, right?
I give him a good supply of makeup.
I don't know where that all started, but anyway.
Well, as far as with the makeup,
Yeah.
you'd have to ask Arch. He's always the one that say, "Hey," he put on there, "Hey, I'm putting on my makeup."
Oh.
Hmm.
Oh, so you mean the other day when I used that, he really does say that?
Yeah, he does.
You're
Actually
just messing with me.
no, he actually says, he stand by. Arch is putting on his makeup.
Huh. Huh.
That's why I give him a hard time about it.
That's funny.
But I can tell you right now, there are a lot of guys out there that do wear makeup basically on a daily basis, and that's going to be actors
Yeah.
because you got to put the makeup, the powder and stuff like that when you're in front of a camera because that way your face doesn't shine.
Yeah, they got to get rid of
Yeah.
that greasy forehead, right?
Yep.
Yeah, news reporters and meteorologists and
Yep.
sportscasters.
Yep.
They gotta have a camera lighting and all that, and their skin to match up with everything that's going on, so that way then they are seen
Right.
clearly. But
Of course.
that just comes with the job, though.
Right. Of course. Now there are some people out there on YouTube and everything that some of the guys should wear some makeup, especially on their
Especially that
bald
one
head.
right over there. Oh, wait. Right there.
No. No. I'm talking about the one right there.
I
He
don't
need
think
to get some of that.
don't think makeup would help me.
Well, I know one thing
Easy.
probably help. Hey, I guess what I need to do is send you a good supply of that beard color for men. Get rid of that gray hair.
Oh, they're just for men's.
You talking about him?
Yeah.
Wait, him?
No, I'm talking about.
Me?
Hey, I know I got some gray going on already at 35, but
And actually, Maynard too. He's got gray going on.
see,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well,
see,
that's why.
I got a white patch that the other bra always threatens to pluck
Well,
out.
as old as Mater is, he's lucky he's got any hair.
I have plenty of hair. I probably got more than you.
I mean,
You probably do.
I bet I got some
I
grays
keep
up
mine
top.
low.
You can't quite see them, but there's some grays there up top too.
I don't have many gray up top, but or on my beard.
Yeah. Yes, Arch. We know you're the oldest part on here. We smell you.
He can't be no
200
older than
miles
you.
away. No, Arch is older than me.
Mm.
What, by a day or two?
Maybe a decade or two. But hey, I guarantee you, he's not as old as Mr. Dale Lucid.
Well, nobody is.
No,
How old is he? Do we know? Dale Lucid?
When did they discover dirt?
I think
That's
he's the
old.
one discovered. I think he's discovered it. See, Arch is old. He's a little bit older, not much.
See, that's what I said. He's like a day or two older than you.
No, he's like a year old. Depends upon when his birthday and everything is too.
Last time I seen Dale on anything was also on one of Ed's streams long ago.
Yeah, I haven't seen. I think he's doing something every now and then on TikTok, but I haven't seen any of his videos lately. Or you haven't seen him come out with any.
Arch, you're a little bit over a year older than me because mine's on February 22nd. Because I'm 59.
Dale Lucid last uploaded something 2 weeks ago.
Really?
A thread
On
checker.
YouTube?
Yeah, thread checker for half off TikTok shop price.
Yeah, we do, Arch. I agree on that. But
Y'all need y'all glasses fixed. I'm just saying.
Wait, whose
Hell,
glasses? What?
I just got me a new pair.
That don't mean nothing. You either need your glasses fixed or the mirror fixed. You're smudgy or you need to clean it off or something.
Hey, at least I'm not like Herman Munster every time looking in the mirror it breaks.
See
Oh,
there?
God.
He needs a new pair.
Oh God! Don't be going off on Herman Munster to have him throw a temper tantrum and break everything.
Yeah.
No, 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 no. Bash, bash, bash. The dust comes down.
or the sofa falls apart. Yeah.
And don't ask him to go on a golf course either, because the greenskeepers will be mortified.
Hey, don't play baseball with him.
No, he'll send it off into the next county.
Hey,
Man,
he can dig. He'll be able to dig a ditch for you. You ask him to hit a grounder.
yeah. Speaking of the Munsters, a few years ago, I actually met Butch Patrick,
Really?
who played Eddie.
Well, you know that where I live at, I'm not that far away from the Munster house.
Oh, okay.
Yep. There's
That explains a lot, Mater. It really
well,
does.
no, there's a couple that I think the house is about 25 minutes away. They
Mm.
actually fell in love with the Munster series. Okay, and they actually built a house from scratch, an exact replica of the
Huh.
Munster house, just from watching the TV show. And they've actually had Butch Patrick, um, Al Lewis, and I'm trying to remember the one that did.
Hey,
I
Joe.
Hey, there's Joe. Um, but they've actually had them over in October when they do the Halloween. They actually give tours and everything in the house. I forget how much it costs to go in, but you actually
Let's see.
hang on.
I got glare going on here, but
Big time glare.
Hey, look at that little pipsqueak.
yeah, that's Butch Patrick.
Talking about the guy in the red shirt.
Hey. Yeah, that's it. That's me and him. He,
He don't look
um,
the same, or at least there he didn't.
Now,
well, he's much older in that picture.
yeah, he
And
probably did something with his fangs.
yeah, hidden away in the dresser or something.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, he was over here for a big big car show event. Uh, we have the week of the Back to the Bricks car show, and it takes place right about the same time that the Woodward Dream Cruise takes place.
right.
But I don't know if any of you have heard about either of them, but
I've heard of that one, the
uh,
cruise.
yeah, they're both pretty big and whatnot. But yeah, he was here showing off a couple of different replic replicas of the different cars, like the Munsters coach and the Dragula, the coffin dragster,
Right.
and so that was cool. He was at a local. He set up at a local Meyer, which is a big grocery store, like a regional Walmart kind of thing.
Yeah, it's
Um,
Mejer is how it's
y-
spelled, right?
yeah, yep, and so so he set up there, and then he was also downtown for the big car show.
Yep. All right. Well, it's already past 8 o'clock, and I got finished getting some more trash and everything all pulled together so I can get it put out. I've actually been getting some of the trash and everything from here in the garage. Mostly over there, a bunch of the wood scraps and everything I've just had sitting around. I already took one bag out. I've got more I got to get out of here. Um, and I got to finish doing some more on this side and everything. But I need to get all that done tonight. Hey, Rich, how you doing?
I
Hey,
read.
Rich.
You come in right as I'm about ready to shut everything down. And you
Mater, I
missed.
appreciate you having me up, and I'll see
Yep.
everybody tomorrow at 7.
All right.
6 o'clock Central.
Yeah, 7
Yeah.
Eastern.
Right, and that's what I was going to say. I was going to start with you, Renegade, as far as saying goodbye, but hey, I guess you've already done that.
There you go.
Steven, you got any closing words?
Just everybody take care, stay safe out there, and everybody have a good night. And right after Renegade should be Arnie tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Arnie, you got anything?
Yeah, I hope everyone has a good night, and don't forget Renegades live tomorrow, 6 Central, and I'll be live right after him.
All right. Well, all I can say is if you didn't hear all that, Renegade's going live tomorrow, 6 o'clock Central, 6 Central, 7 Pacific. And then this guy right here, he's going to go live afterwards. So, and then
And
I'll
then
be live again.
this guy up here, he'll be live back here Wednesday.
Yep. Yep.
7 Eastern, 6 Central, 5
Yeah,
Mountain, 4 Pacific.
Yep.
he'll be live Wednesday.
And I'll be back. Yeah, I'll be back being live Wednesday.
Or what is it, midnight UK time or something like that?
No, I think it's 1 o'clock the next day. No, I think it would be midnight. So it's totally 6 o'clock.
12 o'clock UK time.
Yeah. Yeah, so it would be midnight over in the UK. But hey, I appreciate everybody's come in here tonight up on panel, especially having Kevin. I mean, that was very interesting. I liked having him.
Yeah, that was cool.
So hopefully everybody enjoyed that. I
Leela.
mean, I did.
Oh, yeah.
I know Renegade, he was enjoying it, being, talking about Harley. His ears, oh, Harley, yeah, I'll be there. His ears are burning. Yeah. Can't you see the smoke still coming off of them?
And some of the stuff I kind of know what was going on because my dad used to work for the company that did stuff for Harley.
Right.
Yeah,
And
cool.
that's something I was going to talk about also is, one thing Kevin was saying was that, yeah, you've got all these manufacturers that, yeah, they might be making stuff for Harley, but then they're also making replacement parts that are close to being the same spec and everything. Not quite and everything, but hey,
6:30 a.m.
Yeah.
at 6:30 in the morning, Rich, I will be at work. My time, that is, because I'm there at 6 o'clock in the morning. But anyways, I need to get back to, like I said, appreciate everybody's coming up and chat, everybody up on panel. Don't forget, like I said, tomorrow, 6 o'clock, Renegade, where's Arnie. So everybody, y'all go check them out. And like I say, y'all stay safe. God bless, and we'll see y'all Wednesday night. So good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.